Africa, colonization impacts and the path to liberation. Colonialism in Africa was presented as a noble mission, but its reality tells a very different story. European powers claimed they were bringing civilization, modernization, Christianity, and trade. These ideas were widely promoted by figures like Cesar Rhodes, but behind them were clear motives of resource extraction, market control, and cheap labor. The decision turning point came at the Berlin Conference, where Africa was divided without regard to its people or systems. What followed was not balanced development, but a deliberate economic design. Colonialism created dual economies, an extractive sector linked to mines, plantation, and ports serving Europe, and a neglected subsistence sector with limited investment and forced labor. As Walter Rodney argued, this structure systematically underdeveloped Africa. Colonialism also transformed European economies at home. Britain's Industrial Revolution was strengthened by African cotton and colonial markets. France expanded manufacturing through West African agricultural imports. And Belgium's Wales grew significantly from Congo's rubber and mineral under King Leopold II. In this way, colonialism fueled European industrial growth while deepening African dependency. Some argue that colonialism left positive legacies such as infrastructure, education, and administration. However, these were designed for extraction rather than integration. Infrastructure linked resources to ports. Education produced clerks instead of innovators. And the administrative system focused on control rather than development. The deeper impacts were structural. Africa became dependent on raw material exporters, experienced weak industrialization, and inherited artificial borders that weakened nation building. Extractive institutions and inequalities became embedded in political and economic systems. After independence, many of these patterns persisted. African economies continued to rely on primary exports, external finance, and imported technology. Thinkers like Samir Amin describe this as structural dependence, where Africa remained integrated into global economy in a subordinate position. Mainstream development theories such as those of Walt Rostow often ignored this historical structure and assumed all countries follow the same development path. This led to misdiagnosing Africa as simply lagging rather than structural constraint. Breaking this legacy requires structural transformation, industrialization, regional integration, technological sovereignty, and institutional reform. Ultimately, colonialism did not just exploit Africa, it reshaped its economies into dependent systems. The challenge today is transforming that inherited structure into one of self reliance and sustainable development. Dear viewers, thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more insights on Africa's development and transformation. Thank you.